July 13th, 2019, on Manhattan's West Side, we were watching a violinist performing in a concert hall when the power suddenly just went out. The lights dimmed, the microphone died, and for a moment, we sat in complete darkness. No one moved, no one spoke. The only thing that filled the air was silence. Deep, expectant silence. But then the violinist took a breath and began to play anyway, without amplification, without even a spotlight. Just one person, one instrument, and a room full of listeners, an audience. But finally, the final note faded, and the audience didn't clap right away. They just sat there. They were stunned by something invisible. Because sometimes the most powerful moment isn't in the sound, but in the silence. We live in a world that never stops talking. Notifications, deadlines, opinions, they all fight for space inside your mind. But the truth is, clarity never shouts, it whispers. In healthcare, leadership, and even our personal lives, we rush to fill every silence, afraid that quiet means that we've lost control. Yet silence isn't endless. It's that pause for wisdom, where emotion becomes meaning and where exhaustion becomes being. The greatest minds in history understood this. Einstein called it the place where imagination lived. Florence Nightingale wrote, "In the silence of the night, I heard my heart tell me what to do next." So what if your next breakthrough, your next act of courage is waiting, not in more noise, but in less? So if you think of a violinist in the dark, she didn't panic when the world went silent. She just trusted it. She allowed the silence to reframe her music, not to compete with it. And that's an invitation for all of us to trust a quiet moment, to find the silence that contains thoughts, not the silence that erases it, because every type of science doesn't disconnect you from the world, it reconnects you to yourself. If you had been running so hard that you've forgotten your own rhythm, this is your redemption moment. Turn on the volume of the world and listen for the softness in the volume of yourself, the one that says that you're enough, that you're capable, that you don't have to fill the silence to fill your worth. Redemption doesn't always require a comeback on a stage. Sometimes it's the decision to stop running, just breathe, and just begin once again, right where you are. Let today be the day to give yourself permission to pause, not because you're weak, but because silence has more strength. When was the last time you allowed silence to teach you something instead of rushing to fill it? Remember, mindful moments, inner strength, be still, quiet courage for you to be a success.